Welcome to From Bottles to the Boardroom, where we explore the blend of the best. The people, places, and possibilities of Southern California wine country. I'm your host, Connie Stouffer. And each episode we sit down with local leaders, innovators, and dreamers who are building business and community among the vines. Because here in SoCal wine country, business growth meets the good life, and every great conversation starts with a good pour. In this episode, celebrity makeup artist Jill Powell shares how she went from practicing makeup in high school to working red carpets, music videos, and global tours, and how she balanced that fast-paced career with raising her family in the community she loves. She also opens up about launching her new business, Stage Society Co., her mission to simplify makeup for dance and cheer moms, and the lessons she's learned about hustle, creativity, and building a career that fits your life. Jill Powell, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm really excited to chat with you today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, of course. Let's just dive right in, and I'll have you start by having you share with our audience a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name's Jill Powell. I've lived in Temecula since 2009. I grew up in Northern California, went to San Diego State to go to college, stayed there for 10 years, and then found my way up to this amazing city. I'm a mom of 2 kids. My son is 18, just graduated, and my daughter's 16, so she'll be a junior this next year. And I'm a celebrity makeup artist, so that's what I do for my career. So super fun, exciting. I get to travel the world and have some amazing experiences.
Yeah, I can only imagine. How did you get into celebrity makeup artist? Is that something you knew you always wanted to do, or how did you find your way on that path?
I always wanted to do it. And as a kid, I said, I want to do hair and makeup for the stars. And my mom was like, I don't know if that's really a plausible career. So I went to college. I have a degree in sports medicine because my other passion was fitness, nutrition, and health. And so that was what I went to school for and worked my way through college doing makeup. And I was in a sorority, so I had lots of faces to practice on. I even started actually in high school doing proms and homecomings. And once I graduated, I knew that that's still what I wanted to do. So I did a lot of retail makeup. I worked for MAC. I worked for Sephora. I was a pro artist for Sephora. And then through all those experiences, I was able to land a few celebrities. I did some body painting, so some stuff at Playboy, which got me into some celebrities. And then I got an agent. So been doing celebrities consistently as my full-time career for 15 years.
Wow, that's amazing. And I'm sure, I feel like I feel like I've been doing my makeup exactly the same forever, and I probably should switch things up. But I feel like things change over the years, and right? So like, tell me about, specifically with celebrities, I'm sure they have their own unique look, or they're trying to do something new. Is that a fun challenge for you, trying to like craft a look for somebody that's going to be on such a big stage?
You know, we are actually like image creators. Between hair, makeup, styling, you are creating this client's image, how the world sees them. You know, for example, Amy Winehouse, what do we know her as? It's her wing liner.
Mm-hmm.
Adele, she has a certain look. Everyone has a certain look. And yes, those evolve over time, but we are the creators of those. So it's a collaborative effort, but it definitely takes a lot of vision, a lot of skill and things like that to be able to create this image of this person that the world sees them as.
Yeah. Tell me about some of the celebrities if you can share like some of the celebrities you've had a chance to work with.
Yeah, I tend to work a lot in like the pop music industry, a few actors and actresses, and a lot of like up and coming Disney stars and things like that. So that's kind of where my niche landed. I'm a mom, so I think a lot of these kids that are coming up, their moms really trust that I'm there to like take care of them, you know, outside of doing their makeup. I'm kind of the one that like, you know, don't forget your phone charger or Band-Aid or the safety pin. So that has helped me a lot. I've worked with Demi Lovato for 15 years, Sabrina Carpenter. I work with like other actresses such as Jenny Garth. I worked with all the girls from Fifth Harmony, Sierra. I mean, there's just so many to name.
That must be so fun. And so I'm just like so excited to talk to you about this. So like, do you get to go to like the red carpet kind of events and kind of help them for those, or like on their tours, or like when they're out doing press and promotion and all that?
Yeah, so that's what's fun about pop stars is that they do everything from social media to concerts to brand deals to commercials, TV, spots on like American Idol, The Masked Singer. I mean, we've done anything and everything, magazine covers. So yeah, I'm there through all of that. Definitely a ton of red carpets, a lot of award shows. Grammys, MTV Movie Awards, Music Awards, all of those, music videos. I mean, the gamut is vast of what I've done. I've toured the world, so I've gone on a lot of tours with my clients, which is amazing. I've been to 54 countries, so I can't
Wow.
complain about that. I've seen the world. So yeah, it's super exciting. It is a busy, busy life. So I do have kids, and I was gone a lot. But again, I'm fulfilling what I love in my career as well. So
Yeah, so what if, there's somebody out there listening and who was like you, who like wanted to work in entertainment or wanted to work with celebrities and are like, oh, maybe that's not realistic. Maybe what would you like advice would you give somebody who wants to get into entertainment or work with celebrities, whether it's in makeup or kind of their own niche?
it's a wild industry. I absolutely love it. I am one to actually, I'm a little more private myself. Like I don't post a ton. I don't put my life out there a lot. I love working with people that do, but I tend to be a little more private. So I will say in this world, you kind of do have to be out there a little bit more. I was able to do it by maintaining my privacy. Again, I had little kids at the time and I didn't want them all over social media. Um, but I would say you have to have hustle, you have to have drive, you have to sacrifice a lot. Your time is not your time, it's their time. So, if you get called at 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes you might have an 11 a.m. call time and you got to wake up, get ready, and go. So always be ready, always be willing to change around your schedule, be willing to miss things. I've missed really important moments in some people's lives. I missed some of my friends' weddings, which was hard, missed lots of birthdays, all those things. So you just have to be able to sacrifice. And every single day is almost like an interview. So, especially with a new client, your first time working with them is like you're interviewing for the first time. So, and then you pretty much can't mess up. So, can always
Yeah,
be replaced.
yes, you got to nail it, right?
Hmm.
And how has that been working in entertainment from Temecula? Because we're close to LA, but we're not like super close. And so, how have you balanced that, and why did you guys make the choice to live here while you work in entertainment?
So, I think me wanting to be more private and live a normal, humble life for my kids. Temecula is the perfect place for that. I absolutely love this town. I do sacrifice a lot. So I drive 100 miles to work each way. So sometimes it's 5 hours in the car to do one client. Maybe I'm there for an hour, hour and a half. So I do put a lot of miles on my car. I have a lot of time in the car. So that's where I have my me time. So either we'll call my mom or my friends or listen to podcasts or just have like my brainstorming sessions. So anytime that like I need to do those types of things, that's what I do in the car. Um, but I will say, like, I live like a local in LA, so my clients, most of them know where I live, but a lot of times I don't present myself as like, oh, I commute this far because I don't want them to like not hire me because of my commute. So I tend to keep that a little more private. I just have chosen to raise my kids in this amazing town that I love, just so that they can have a normal, beautiful suburban lifestyle that is not as chaotic as LA.
Yeah, 100%. And with your kids, one just graduating, congratulations, that's exciting, and one still in high school. Tell me what their childhood has been like. I know people move here because it's very family friendly, but I mean, everyone's looking for something different. What made it kind of the right spot for you and your kids?
Honestly, the people here are number one. The community is amazing. I have the most amazing community. I have a tribe around me who has supported my husband and I. I also have an amazing husband, which has allowed me to have this career. But also, my friends have stepped up. So there's been so many times where I'm on the road or gone, and my friends have stepped up to help out or give rides or anything like that. So I'd say community number one. I always used to joke. You could go to Starbucks and somebody in front of you might pay for you. Or sometimes, like if you're at the grocery store, like Winco only accepts cash and checks, so they don't like it didn't, you couldn't used to use your credit card. I still think you can't. But there's been times where like the person in front, if they have a credit card and don't have cash, the person behind them would pay for it. And like that doesn't happen. Like it's
Hmm.
such a small town feel here. And so I just love that. That's what I fell in love with. And raising my kids here, I mean, they've been active in sports from basketball to baseball, soccer. My daughter dances at Temecula Dance Company, which is a family within itself. We just love it there. So I think the community number one.
100%. I think I've mentioned this before too, that it's been so much easier, I think, to find that community of people here than in other places I've lived, which those are wonderful places too. But for some reason, there's just like people are always willing to like help out and want to be there to support people. And I think that's just a wonderful thing about the area.
Absolutely.
What does your husband do?
So my husband's an insurance broker, so he does property casualty, auto home life insurance. So he's able to work from home and have a little bit more of a flexible schedule. So he was able to coach all my kids in soccer and baseball, basketball, all the sports. And he's still super involved as well.
Well, that's nice to have that balance so that when you're traveling, he's home and being able to be out there in the community. That's really nice.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm on tour, I was gone for 3 months at a time. So he was Mr. Mom and Mr. Dad, all the sports. He had to learn how to do those. We always did a side pony for my daughter because we have to center it. So if it was side, it could be kind of anywhere in this region. So he mastered a side pony and, he held it down while I was gone. So it was nice.
That's amazing. It's all about teamwork, making that work.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about kind of where your career has taken you, what you're looking to do. Like you've been doing a lot and traveling a lot. What are you looking at now? Like what's in the future for you?
So I absolutely love what I do. I always want to do makeup, but I also did recently launch a new beauty brand. So it's called Stage Society Co. And was inspired because my daughter is a competitive dancer at Temecula Dance Company. And I've been lucky enough to take over kind of their makeup tutorials and education. So we teach a stage look for all the moms so that we can have a consistent look on stage. So that kind of inspired the whole brand. And so many moms, I realized, didn't have skills or the tools on how to do even the most basic of makeup. So a lot of people, for example, like yourself, you do the same makeup every day. I kind of do too. So it's okay. But it's important to teach, I think, people how to do a basic makeup look, or if they are a dance mom or a cheer mom and they have to do this stage look, sometimes it can be daunting. So I created a brand where I designed makeup brushes that make everything easier. I designed palettes to make everything easier. And I have tutorials and education so that people can feel confident in doing these looks.
That's amazing because I know I have friends who like their kids do dance or they do competitive cheer and they all have to look exactly the same and it has to be like big glam because they have to be able to see them from far away. So if I needed to put false lashes on a child, I probably would melt down. Like if I'm having to do that, making sure and it looked good. So having a resource from a mom who's done it and as a professional, I think is probably super helpful for people.
Exactly. And it's so funny because when I teach, so I actually teach these tutorials. I have it on video and then I do it in person. And when I'm doing it in person and I'm like, all right, we're going to do a cut crease for the stage look, these moms are like, and then we do it and they're like, wow, I actually did it. It looks amazing. So it's so important once you learn those step by step, and I break it down super easy, but that's kind of my goal with this brand is to reach as many studios as possible, as many moms as possible. I have face palettes that literally I do my face in 5 minutes every day because of my face palette. It has everything that I need. I put on my foundation and then it has my contour, my bronzer, my blush, and my highlighter. And it's so fast, so easy. And I can do it, I mean, even sometimes while I'm driving. Shh, people.
You're a professional. I'm not going to question.
I still look at the road, I promise.
Yeah.
But that's how I get my face done so quickly every day. And everyone who has purchased these palettes says the same thing. They're like, oh my gosh, I can actually get ready quickly. Because some people don't have time or they don't have this skill or they don't know how to pick the colors. So I took all the guesswork out of it and tried to make it as easy as possible.
I'm gonna have to look into that for myself because honestly, there's you need highlighters and bronzers and all the different things, and I want to just be able to do it because sometimes I have early morning meetings or I've got a late event or something like that, and I'm rushing back and forth, and I don't want to have to do 1,000 different steps, but I still want to look good, right? You gotta, yes.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the key. We all want to put our best foot forward every day. And sometimes as a mom, we don't take care of ourselves as much, or we, put our kids first. So this is my way of saying, take that 5 minutes for yourself. You can do it. I'll teach you how to do it. I have the products. My brushes are incredible. I designed and created them from the ground up, from the fiber to the ferrule to the handle, everything. And they make it easy as well. I always tell people, you can't paint a beautiful photo or beautiful picture with just your fingers, So a lot of people, you can put makeup on with your fingers, but brushes really do play a huge role in creating that polished airbrush look. So I created brushes to make it easy so that, some like my face palette, I always tell people just use this one brush and you can just keep dipping and do the next color. And I'm wearing it right now. So
Yeah, yeah, you look amazing. Well, and I'm just now thinking, as I'm talking to you, you've been very entrepreneurial, like your whole career, like going out and doing your celebrity makeup work. That's entrepreneurial and running your own business. Now you are branching out into like a whole nother business, still makeup related. What's that entrepreneurial path been like for you? Like, how did you kind of find your way and learn not only just to do the makeup and can make those connections, but like running your business, that side of things?
I will say, I've always kind of been that hustler, finding ways to make money, finding ways. I'm a creative, so I always think of new ideas. I'm like, "Ooh, we should do this. We should do this." I have to sometimes rein myself in because there's only 24 hours in a day. But I think everything from like researching things online, and just if you have passion behind a brand and an idea, I think the passion is really what drives it all. So everything else you kind of just figure out. And I have lots of great friends. I've asked questions. I've done a lot of research. And I make hiccups here and there. Sometimes I run out of an item and I'm like, wow, I didn't project that that would sell as fast, or I should have ordered more, or I should have been on top of my inventory. But those are all things that you learn as a business owner. And having a great person that can run your books and your taxes and know all that stuff. But I've always kind of been one of those people to like research and try to get ahead in life. So I also am a real estate investor. That's my other side passion. So I taught myself how to do that because I knew I didn't understand the stock market. My son is going to major in finance. If he's going to take over the stock market, real estate for me I was like, okay, I can figure the numbers out. I can figure out how to buy a house and all the things. So, I think just researching and the passion behind it is what really drives it.
Yeah, and I think you touched on too, like having people who can specialize in the things that like, doing your books and things like that. If that's not your strong suit, making sure you have a team around you to help you so you don't miss out on things and you can focus on what you're good at, I think.
Absolutely. Because, I know what I'm good at. And when I'm good at those things, it's easy for me, it's quick. And when I don't understand it, it takes so much time, and time is money. So there's times where you do need to outsource. You do need to reach out to other people, whether it's for your editing on videos, marketing, books, whatever you need to do. So,
Yeah. And I'm going on tangents here, but I was just thinking, is your husband from Southern California originally, or is he from Northern California as well?
he's from Northern California as well. He's from Sacramento. I'm from Santa Rosa. We met in college, so we were babies. He was 19, I was 20. And so, yeah, we're celebrating 20 years married this year.
Congratulations. That's amazing. So when you guys landed on Temecula, what made you choose Temecula? I know it's not far from San Diego, but what made you guys choose Temecula? Because back, that many years ago, it was still not as big as it is now, or not as well known. And so, what made you land here?
So we bought a condo by San Diego State right out of college. That I knew I wanted to invest in real estate, and I was like, this is the way to do it. So let's buy our first house at 21. So we did. Had our son, and I knew I wanted more kids. It was a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 800 square foot condo, little baby. So we knew we wanted to grow, and actually some of our college friends had moved up here, and I was working in LA a little bit. I was starting to do celebrity. So I was like, I wouldn't mind getting close to LA. He had a lot of clients in San Diego. He's like, I don't want to be too far from San Diego. So this was we started looking at places. Our friends lived up here. I had come here for my bachelorette party, actually. And I loved it. I was like, wait, there's a fun little casino. There's wineries. I like wine. And then my friend took me around and I saw these houses and then I saw the prices and I was like, wait, I can get a 5 bedroom house for the price of my condo. So then we just started looking. I was actually working for Sephora at the time, and my CEO was super awesome, loved me, and we had a really great relationship. And I basically called him and was like, hey, you guys need to open a store in Temecula. And he was like, yeah, it's not on our new store opening list. I'm like, well, it should be. And I explained all the reasons why. And they have all these analytics and things that they run. And he's like, well, people from Temecula don't shop at our Riverside store. They don't shop at our San Diego store. I said, they don't leave Temecula. They shop at the mall. You need to have a store at the mall. So he started looking into other things. And that was around the time that they were doing the expansion. And so they called me up and they're like, you wouldn't believe this, but the mall that you told us about is expanding outside and we're going to open a store. And I was like,
Yay.
I want to interview. So I interviewed. I got the assistant manager position and moved up here within a couple weeks. Sold my condo, moved up here, and we rented in the beginning because I didn't know the area. I was like, okay, great schools. Let me like live by the best school. And then, about a year and a half later, we purchased our house. So
That's so exciting. And we have you to thank for having the Sephora here. So
yes, absolutely. So it was fun. I opened the store. I, sat in the mall and hired the staff. If people would walk by, and I was like, we were grassroots marketing. I was like, hey, and some people like, what's Sephora? Because not everyone knew about it. So I was just picking people that walking by, like, hey, do you want to interview? Do you want to fill out an application? So we hired an amazing staff. I had a great run there. I worked in store for a little bit, and then I became a pro artist for Sephora. And then once my celebrity clients started picking up, I had to leave the company. But I love them. I still support them. I go in there all the time. Amy's the store director, and she's amazing. So definitely
that's,
grateful for your support.
that's incredible that really you guys kind of grew with Sephora here and your business has grown and your clients have grown. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked a little bit about your celebrity makeup journey and doing the tours. What would you say is like your favorite thing to do, like in celebrity makeups? Like, is it going on tours or is it red carpets, or do you have something that's like the most exciting or maybe a really cool project that you've worked on that it's kind of your favorite sort of thing to do?
Honestly, I tried to think about this and like look back on my career because everyone's always like, what's the best place you've ever been? Or what's your favorite memory? Honestly, I'm so thankful for every single one of them. Red carpets are cool because it's a collaborative effort. The stylist has an outfit, the hair has a vision, makeup has a vision, the client has a vision. Sometimes there's a creative director involved, so it just depends. Those are always fun. Music videos are some of my favorite days. They are sometimes 12 to 20-hour days, but it's so fun because it's telling a story and you create this character or a storyline, and that's really fun. But I will say, I think my favorite thing, and people are going to think I'm crazy, I love touring. Because I love traveling and I love being in a place for like one day and trying to see as much as I can. The hardest part was that I had kids and I was away from my children and my husband. But other than that, that was so much fun. I don't mind living on a bus. I don't mind sleeping in the little shoebox of a bus. I don't mind the crazy schedule. I just love being go, go, go. And I love change of pace, change of environment. That's like what I thrive with. So touring was probably my favorite thing. Like I said, I've been to 54 countries and seeing the world, even though some of them where I was in the country for like 12 hours, it was still absolutely incredible. And I wouldn't trade that for anything.
I bet that was amazing. I love traveling too, and I'm one of those people that like I don't care where I sleep. Like I just want to go and see something cool. So that's amazing that you had that opportunity.
Yes, I'm so thankful for it. And honestly, I think once my kids are out of the house, I told my husband, I said, I might start touring again if they want this old lady on tour with them.
Do you think he could go with you, or is that like not like feasible with like the accommodations and all that sort of thing?
It's
Or does
not.
he not want to do that?
Unfortunately, it's not feasible with the accommodations. We live on a bus, and so I'm usually on the A party bus, which is the celebrity, the client, the musician, whoever, and then it's like security assistant, hair, makeup, and sometimes a trainer or an extra person, and that's it. There's only bunks for so many people, um, and it's just not feasible. We're in a different city every single day, so sometimes we'll hub out of a city and be there for like a couple days, and then do neighboring towns just driving through like with driving basically with an SUV to those neighboring towns. Sometimes it's New York or New Jersey and kind of going to those neighboring towns. Or sometimes we have a couple days off in one city. So that's when I would fly out, hubby and kids and have them spend some time. So, they got to come to Nashville. A lot of times it was Denver or New York. So those were kind of like our hubs. But for the day to day, there's just no way.
Yeah, it's a little chaotic, I'm sure. And like if my husband, he'd be like, "No, thank you. I don't want to do a different city every single night." It sounds like his personal nightmare, but I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think now that my children are a little older, there's been a few jobs. Like I did a job for Airbnb and Lollapalooza last year, and so I brought my husband out for that. So I was there for like 4 days in Chicago, and I was like, "Bye, kids, Dad and Mom's got to work, and Dad's gonna enjoy Chicago." So there's times where I can bring him out on a trip like that, where it's not on the celebrity to like basically trouble my husband. Like, I don't think that's fair to them, but
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
yeah.
Last few questions. One, just for like doing like a makeup tip. Like obviously you have your new line and your face palettes that would be super helpful. But like if you had a tip for somebody who just like wants to look put together pretty easily, like there's so many different ways to do your makeup. But like what's a tip you would give for somebody who just like everyday sort of makeup?
So there's two things I feel that make a face. Obviously, your complexion. So good skincare is really important. But if you're putting on a complexion item, I think even just a simple bronzer or blush change an entire look. Some people may need a concealer, some people may not. And then lashes. So mascara, a little eyeliner, something around the eyes just to make your eyes pop. Those two things make such an impact. So if you don't have a ton of time, if you can throw on a little mascara and a little color on your face, whether it's a bronzer or blush, even like a tinted moisturizer, something like that, you will look so much more put together. It's insane.
That's perfect for summer because I want to be able to like look good, but I also don't want to like melt a whole face of makeup off in the sun. Yeah.
Exactly. So like my summer is always like a little like cream blush or a quick little blush. And even sometimes, some people like, I love your lip. So some people it's like a lip and a blush and they don't need anything on the eyes. For me, my eyes, if I don't have anything on them, people are like, oh, are you sick? I'm like, nope, just tired and, no mascara, no lashes. But for me, yeah, I do little lash clusters every day and they're super easy. They're faster than mascara and they make such an impact.
Oh, I might have to look into those. I keep seeing ads for those like magnetic lashes, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure those are gonna not work on me, but like I'm being influenced online, so we'll see what happens.
I'll teach you how to do the lash clusters. You put them on from underneath. It takes like 2 minutes. It's faster than mascara and they make a way bigger impact.
I'm gonna have to do that for sure. And the last question I like to ask everybody, if someone's coming to Temecula or the area for the very first time, what are like 3 places that you would recommend for them to check out when they're here?
Ooh, my favorite question. Well, obviously the wineries. I absolutely love the wineries. We've been members at multiple. Some favorites, Robert Renzoni. The food there is so good. The wine is so good. Leoness, again, food and wine is amazing. We also love Europa. It's really close to me, so I can pop in there for a glass, and they have a lot of fun events. But there's so many great wineries. And then I would say head to Old Town. My favorite little hidden gem is Two Travelers Wine Bar. That one's owned by the same people that own Goat and Vine and Little Goat, which are three of my favorite restaurants. But Two Travelers is a hidden gem. It's closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but the wine selection's amazing. The food is so incredible. I had a summer salad there the other day, and I literally was like scraping the plate. So good. So definitely Two Travelers, and then obviously everywhere around Old Town. I love supporting all those local businesses.
Yeah, I love Two Travelers. I love just like the ambiance in there, like the velvet couches and the lighting. It's just like very cool and romantic in there. And I haven't been to Little Goat yet, but it's on my list. I need to go check it out for sure.
Little Goat's great. So that's like your morning or lunch, because they have amazing pastries. They do have, some of the pizzas, some of the sandwiches that Goat and Vine has, and the salads. But it's just like, and that's really close to me. So I don't want to go all the way over to Old Town. I pop into Little Goat for lunch with some friends.
That's great. Yeah, I think there's so many places for people to go. It's really hard to go wrong with places in Old Town or in wine country. I haven't run into any places where I'm like, oh, I wouldn't go there again. But like, if you're bringing kids or if you're going on a date night or there's something for everybody, I'm pretty sure.
There's so much to do in town. And like I said, I've lived here since 2009 and I love to see the growth. I love to see how many more fun restaurants we have, fun places like Coin Op, how they have the free games like the first Sunday of every month. You can take your little kids there. Just like things like that. I love just all of that. There's a new arcade place that I'm dying to try for like a date night. Have you
Oh,
seen?
is there?
Yeah. So I just saw it and they have like, I love like an escape room or something like that.
Yeah.
I love like an action date.
Yeah.
Fun things. But there's a new arcade type place and they have all these things. And they were talking about how, like, I saw it on one of the social media sites that was like Live Temecula or Temecula Life or something like that. And it looked so fun. I'll have to look it up and tell you what it is.
Yeah, I'm super interested.
It was like, do you want to do this date night? And I had all these cool things that you could do. I was like, yes, I'm definitely doing that. I'm going to gather some friends. We're going to do like a triple double date. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be so fun because we really like Coin Op too. We like to go there because it's fun for like the grown-ups, it's fun for the kids, and it's just a good time. And we love the free game days; those are lots of fun.
I know, so fun.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you so much, Jill, for being on the show and for sharing so much. We'll make sure to include links so people can find you, particularly for your new line, because I'm sure there's lots of dance moms and cheer moms out there who would very much like to make their lives a little easier when they've got competitions and picture days and recitals and all that. So love to
Absolutely.
connect
And
them.
you do so much for your studio, I promise. That will make it so much easier and streamlined. We've been doing it at Temecula Dance Company since 2017 or 18, and everybody loves it. So I promise I'll take all the hard work out of any part of your life.
Amazing. We'll make sure to share that. And thank you just so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
That's it for today's episode of Bottles to the Boardroom. If you enjoyed this conversation, follow the show, leave a review, and share it with someone building something bold or someone who simply appreciates a great story paired with a great glass of wine. I'm Connie Stouffer, and I'll see you next time in Southern California wine country, where business growth meets the good life, and every great idea starts with a good pour.